Now let's talk about indirect pressure. What does indirect pressure mean?
Like your friend's friend, maybe. You don't directly know the person. Maybe you're in a group setting. You don't necessarily know the person that is doing the drug or drinking, but you're around it.
Okay.
Couldn't it also mean TV?
Yeah, I like that. Could be both of those things, right? It's like pressure that doesn't come from somebody directly, but maybe you're just in the situation, like you said, just hanging out here, and there it is, and people I don't know aren't telling me anything, but I'm feeling like maybe I should join in. And Jason, you were saying it could be from TV, so it could also be things that we tell ourselves. Like we're watching something and we're thinking, man, I'm bored, I probably should. Like it says that I won't be bored and I'll be happy, right? So what are some examples of indirect pressure situations? Let's think about, let's give me an example, and then we're going to work out some strategies and some statements. What would be an example that you guys want to work with?
After school.
Okay, Celine, tell me about that.
Okay, after school, you're waiting for your parents, and you have to stay there because you have to meet your parents there, but a group of your friends start smoking and drinking, and you're the only one not doing it, but you have to sit there and wait for your parents.
Wow, that's a really good example, because sometimes it's out of control. It's not like you can go somewhere or do something differently. So I like that example. Tell me, you guys, or even Celine, how would you handle that kind of pressure? How?
Well, it's indirect, so it's not being approached. So
That's exactly right. So what are some things that maybe you would do?
try to ignore them.
Okay, you could ignore them.
Do my homework.
Oh, okay. So maybe you can even be more specific about ignoring and sit down and maybe do homework or read your book or something. How about you guys? What do you think? What are some things that you might do in that situation?
Get on your phone.
Oh, get on your phone. That's pretty realistic. Maybe you could pretend to be on your phone, or you could really be on your phone. Depends, huh? Okay. Yeah, so it's hard to remember sometimes that we have these options. We feel sort of stuck, like, oh man, I really don't know what to do right now. So that's why we're kind of talking about it now, so you might think of different things. Now remember that the numbers of teens who actually use is smaller than the ones who've never used or who've just used a little bit. So you're in a bigger number if you choose not to do that. But now let's go to do some role plays. Okay, we'll do another role play, and this one is really similar. Let's say a situation like Jason. I like that situation where you're watching some television. So let's say we'll use that as a situation. And we're thinking now, what are some strategies that you could use? Yeah, what are some things that you might do if you don't want to drink?
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Play video games.
Okay. You can turn it off. You can play video games. You're sitting with a friend. You're both together.
ESPN.
Okay. Right. So you can.
ESPN shows that Dos Equis commercial. The world's most interesting man. That's so cool. I want to be the world's most interesting man.
I don't always drink. I do.
You guys, we're going to talk about ads. I'm so glad you're bringing this up, because this is such an important part of growing up. You're bombarded with different messages. And you're right. What if you're watching a show, you really want to watch it, but there's this thing going on that's keeping you from watching it and making you think about something else. So you could turn it off, then you're not going to watch a show. Or you could do something differently, like play video games. What other things might you do or say, maybe to your friend?
I will go offer something else. Let's go do something else.
Okay.
Let's go get something to eat.
You can always eat. You can do something differently. Okay. Let's do another scenario. So I want to just kind of work through this a little bit more. Let's say you're heading to the movies with some friends, and you guys get met up by another group of friends, right? And all of a sudden, this turns into a bigger group than you had planned, but you're like, okay, whatever, you know what, we're going to go to the movies. But those new friends come in and say, hey, you know what, let's go over to my house, because my parents are in there, and we can have some drinks, we just do a kickback and relax. What are you going to do in that situation? What might you do?
I'm rolling.
To be honest, I will call my mom to pick me up.
Okay.
No,
Be
you
like,
lie.
Oh my
Or we just
god.
That's, you know what, and
That's
that
why
sounds like that sounds like it would work for you. It sounds like you might have tried that in the past. I called your mom when situations
If
were
I
comfortable.
feel like I'm in a bad situation,
Yeah.
and I mean now I'm older, I can drive and just leave the situation. But when I was younger, I just always got out of that situation, so I was never in it. So I found a way to, I gotta go because my mom said at 5, and if I don't leave by 5, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I always use that excuse, like I gotta go to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
That's just me.
So I know you say that to me now.
I see some of you guys like shaking your head, so it seems like something that you might also try, or maybe has worked for you guys as well.